Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day. I just wanted to talk about this current situation that Canada finds itself in, where Wing, Meng Wanzhou, I hope I said that right, a Chinese national who happens to be the CFO of Huawei, has been arrested in Canada at the request of the United States for extradition to the United States uh, to be tried on charges of violating sanctions with Iran. Apparently, what the Americans are claiming is that she operated a dummy company, which was actually part of Huawei, the Chinese telecom giant, and they claim that that dummy company was trading with Iran and that she was material in the setting up of that system. Money laundering and other things involved, uh, lying to banks, I guess, about what they were doing. Anyhow, it's put Canada in a very tough position. We are between the Americans and the Chinese, our two biggest trading partners, both of them having a certain amount of influence over us. And if we please one, we make the other one annoyed. Uh, and the consequences for us could be great because we are trying to maintain a very strong relationship with the Americans, who are our number one trading partner. We actually buy more from them than they buy from us. Very strong trade connection there. And the Chinese, who are our number two trading partner. So if you can imagine, if we annoy one, it's big consequences. And the Chinese are talking very tough. Now, Meng Wanzhou is in court today for a bail hearing. She had part of the hearing on Friday. This is Monday. I'm hoping that things go well, and I hope she gets bail. I think, from my reading of the situation, she should get bail, but it's up to the courts, and that is the thing that I have faith in. Our Canadian courts will make a just decision. They will listen to the evidence and they will make the right decision. I'm not sure that this law that is supposedly been violated applies to Canada. I'm not sure what our position with these trading sanctions was. Um, Quite possibly it's an American law, not Canadian, and if that's the case, she shouldn't be extradited, and that's what the judge will decide. Uh, Unfortunately, the Chinese think that because it's the way things work on their side of the world, at least that's what has been reported, the um, the trials that they have are influenced by the government, and so what the government want it gets, and they think the same can apply here in Canada, but we don't do things that way in Canada. We are we're a free and open society, and our courts are free of political influence. So it's going to be up to the judge ultimately. Uh, and I have faith in those judges. Okay, now I see we've got some chat here. Um, okay, quite a few people are watching the broadcast right now, which is good to see because this is my first broadcast, and I'm sure I'm not doing it 100% correctly, but I'm doing my best to make sure it's right. Okay, now this whole okay. There's another thing I want to bring up here. Um, I, you know, Trump is under a lot of pressure right now, as we all know, and He's also in this dispute with China over trade, which we are not in Canada. And he is also he seems to not like Justin Trudeau. I think that's pretty obvious. And I'm wondering if his hand isn't in this somewhere. Is he forcing Canada's hand here? Is he trying to make a dummy out of Justin Trudeau? Is there a personal grudge involved? Now, I don't know anything about that. I don't know whether he is or not, but I'm suspicious. And the reason I'm suspicious, I guess, is because of his past actions. It doesn't seem to be the kind of thing that would be above him. I wouldn't expect it of an American president in normal circumstances, but this guy seems to be out of control. Anyhow, uh, I hope if you're Trump supporters out there, you understand what I'm saying. This is not something that is above what Trump would do, because his actions have sort of indicated that's the kind of thinker he is. He's a power thinker. He thinks in terms of power and control, and he wants to threaten everybody and make them do his will, which he is the will that he sees as being what benefits the American people. I don't happen to believe that that is what benefits the American people. I think they're losing influence in the world, and going to be uh, they're going to be losers in the long run. Even in the short run. I mean, their NATO partners are already upset with them for throwing their weight around. Their trading partners, they're putting tariffs on everybody. It's not exactly how you make friends. Um, so now I'll just try and see what's into our chat here. I have to, yeah, you have to take the ladies off now. I have to have a shower. So you'll have to wait, Sharon. Sharon is asking me to do something, but she has to wait. She doesn't understand that I'm on a live broadcast. Um, okay, dab. What is dabbing? Would somebody mind telling me? I've never. I've seen the term before, but I don't really know what it is. Does it mean chat back? Okay. Can somebody tell me what dabbing is? Dabbing is a gesture you pose upon someone when you are better than them. Well, I won't. Don't think I would do that. Um, okay. No, Sharon. I didn't explain to Sharon that I was going on live, and Mike's thought that I had no problems with my time schedule, but she's worrying about. We have a clinic appointment later today. We have time though. It's not something to worry about. Okay. Can What do you think of this trade situation? Don't you think Canada has been put into an intolerable situation here? Uh, and if we step wrong with the Americans, they're mad, and if we step wrong with the Chinese, they're mad. There must be some better way to do things than this. And as far as Meng Wanzhou is concerned, another factor that I'm very concerned about, she is the daughter of the founder of Huawei, which is the second largest telecom company in the world. What would happen? She had hypertension and had to be taken to the hospital after she was arrested here in Canada. What would happen if this lady had a heart attack? What what would our position be then? Uh, this is totally unfair to us. We don't want her to be in our courts. We don't want her to be in our country. But she does have ties here. She has a couple of houses in Vancouver, and her kids apparently went to some kind of school in Vancouver. So it's not like she's never been here before. She was on her way to Mexico, and she was picked up at the airport when she was traveling, making a connecting flight, I guess, in Canada. Um, okay. We dab on her. I'm going to look Dab up Google when I get a chance. Anyhow, thank you for watching my first broadcast. I'm going to probably cut it off in about a minute here. I just wanted to make sure this is the first one, so I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to see what other people were thinking about it, and I wanted to let the world know that we've been put in a very bad position, and we don't like it. We don't like it. We are friends of the Chinese. We are friends of the Americans. We are not an angry nation. We don't run our foreign policy by threatening others or doing nasty things to them. We try to be fair to everyone, and we will be fair to Meng Wanzhou. Make no mistake about it, the courts will be fair, and she will probably get the bail she's asking for. I don't see any reason why she shouldn't. And if she shouldn't be extradited to the United States, then I think the judge will decide in her favor. I don't know the case, all the ins and outs of the case, but I think justice will be done. I have faith in our system. Um, what else do we want to talk about? Okay, one other topic I wanted to bring up is earthquakes. We've had a 7.0 earthquake in Alaska not so long ago. And since then, we've had about four smaller earthquakes along out near Victoria, BC, which is on Vancouver Island. These have been about 200 kilometers out in the ocean from Victoria, amounting to like 4.5 and 5.5 earthquakes, five on the seismic scale. So I'm concerned about this because of the danger of a subduction earthquake in the Vancouver area, Vancouver Island area, and the Pacific Northwest in the United States. And this would be a major disaster if a major one occurred. Now, the Alaskan earthquake was a subduction earthquake. What a subduction earthquake is when one tectonic plate slides under another, and they're historically we have had them periodically. Like, I don't know if it's hundreds of years apart, maybe thousands. I can't remember the number exactly, but apparently the time is up and we're due for one any year now. Could be 100 years, could be 1,000 years, it could be tomorrow. And the last one, apparently, according to the geologists, was a very major event. And it would, if we had one like that now, it would pretty much flatten everything on the coast. So that is a matter of concern, I think, especially, like, are these little quakes we're having signs that something's coming, or are they just a natural easing of the pressure underground? Anyhow, that's another topic I wanted to discuss today. Any thoughts on that? We don't need to. Oh, also, besides that, a related story. Volcanoes are waking up in Canada and in our Pacific Rim volcanoes, and volcanoes that have been quiet for a long time are starting to build up pressure and cracks in them. So there's something going on, and I'm concerned about it. I'm mainly concerned because I have a daughter who lives in Victoria, but it could be a disaster, and it is one of the things that I have been watching. Anyhow, that's my broadcast for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry that I haven't kept up with the chats, but it's kind of difficult to, I've got quite a few people sending me messages, and which I appreciate, and I don't really have time to blabber away here the way I have been doing and look at the chats and respond. But I appreciate the comments, and I'm going to look at them when I get to the post broadcast, and I will try to respond to you as many as I can. And thanks for watching my show today. I really appreciate it. And let's have another one soon. I'm thinking more or less weekly. I don't know what time. This seems to be a good time. Caught quite a few people today. So we'll see. Thanks very much for watching.